Hello, and blessed be God forever. My name is Sam Gascon, a grade 12 student from Stanford, and I'm now presenting you the three national artists of the Philippines and the GAMABA artists in the past years in history. But first, what is the point of this festival and the importance of these two awards for the hearts of the Filipino people? A national artist is an honorary title bestowed by various states to artists who have made substantial contributions to the nation's cultural heritage. People artist, a similar title used in countries of the former Soviet Union, is also usually translated as national artist. Like most of our national icons, electing a national artist is essential for the purpose of becoming a sort of spokesperson of an icon to embody or identify with its product of a post-colonial mindset that informs the Philippine identity at national level. This thinking began in the 1900s when the Americans took an interest in naming Jose Rizal as a national hero. It is important for these prestigious awards for the artists because art shows a country's cultural and traditional feelings. Art connects our country to another country, people to people. Even if we don't know the language, art can explain the whole story. For the artist behind the culture deserves a recognition for expressing a message to the Filipino people. For Agamama Awards, it isn't an award, the National Living Treasures Award, also known as the Gawad sa Malilikha ng Bayan, is given to an individual or group of artists who have made a significant contributions to the Philippines' intangible cultural heritage. A National Living Treasure or Malilikha ng Bayan is a Filipino or group of Filipino citizens engaged in any traditional art uniquely Filipino. Most distinctive skills have been passed on to all and widely practiced by present generations in their community with the same degree of technical and artistic competence of the artists. And for those who are deserving artists who gives art for a living culture and heritage gives opportunity and to recognize with the Filipino people. And now we presenting you the three national artists who have honorary title, the masterwork, the most deserving artist, and the most popular artist known by everyone. Fernando Amasolo is considered one of the most important painting artists in the Philippines. He was born on May 20, 1892 in Paco, Manila. He received his degree from the Recode Manila School of Fine Arts in 1909. A serious evaluation of Amorsolo painting can reach one of the two positions. Many of his works definitely like the landscape of the Philippines and its people. Amorsolo is a subject such as image of mothers and children, image of people in the open air, and the other works, or image of traditional celebrations, fiestas, and indigenous motive events. Jose Haya is a painter and multimedia artist who excels at creating genuine Filipino abstract languages that transcend foreign influences. Most of Haya paintings in harmonious color were inspired by the Filipino landscape, such as green rice fields and golden vineyards. The use of rice paper in his college emphasized the transparency, a common feature of folk art. The curvilinear shape of his paintings is often reminiscent of the colorful and the intricate keeping of the Pahiya festival. His important mandala series was also based on Asian aesthetic form and concepts. His 1958 landmark painting, A Granadian Arabski, a work on canvas big enough to be called a mural, features wipes and gobs of impasto and sand. The choice of Hoya to represent the Philippines in the 1964 Venice Biennial itself represents a high peak in the rise of modern art in the country. Napoleon Abueva, long and fruitful career as a sculptor has lent him the official title of the national artist of the Philippines, and the unofficial recognition of being the father of contemporary Filipino sculpture. Abueva's influence of Filipino art has been immense, and his sculptures use almost all possible materials, such as hardwood, clay, metal, stainless steel, cement, marble, bronze, iron, alabaster, coral, and brass. We explore the life and work of the Philippines' most talented and recognized modern sculptor. Napoleon Abueva, the father of modern Filipino sculpture, the national artist of the Philippines, and the youngest artist to receive the honor, is credited with leading the way of the nation's sculptures and served as a living legend of the Filipino artwork. His titles and distinctions are as numerous as his artworks and as impressive as his prose as a sculptor. And now we presenting you the three national artists who gives the arts of its culture, who gives its expression of the art and the heritage and their contribution to the society. Gino Bilog was an Hanunong Mangyan. He was known for his efforts in preserving the Mangyan poetry tradition of Hambahan. Then President Fidel V. Ramos conferred the National Living Treasure Award to Gino Bilog on December 17, 1993, in recognition of his people preservation efforts of the Ambahan poetry, which is recorded on bamboo. Alonso Saclag is a Filipino musician and dancer who is recipient of the National Living Treasures Award. He is a master of Kalinga traditional dance and the performing arts. He established the Kalinga Budong dance troupe to ensure that the knowledge of traditional performing arts is passed on to the younger generation. In 2000, Saclag received the Gawad sa Malilikanang Bayan GAMABA or the National Living Treasures Award in recognition of his contribution to Kalinga music dance, which is considered as part of the country's intangible cultural heritage. For the last artist, Uwang Ahadas is a national living treasure and a Filipino folk musician. At a young age, Ahadas was taught to play traditional instruments. He began by learning to play the gabang, a wooden bamboo instrument comparable to the xylophone, and subsequently progressed to the agbugan. He also knew how to play the quintangan, the most significant Yakan musical instrument. Despite his pure vision, he has dedicated his life to the transmission of Yakan musician traditions. Ahadas went on to propagate these traditions outside of Lamitan, Basilan, where he was born, and he was awarded in 2000 as the National Living Treasure Artist. This is the conclusion for the presentation. I want to thank to everyone who listened. I hope you enjoy my presentation introducing the national and the GAMABA artists. I hope you learn on what I share and discuss for these amazing artists. As you as a students, you are the example to the society showing the expression of being an individual being. Again, my name is Samuel Gascon. I hope you enjoy and learn something. Thank you.